Hi guys, and welcome to another Eating Lunch with Adriane. It's Wednesday, it's lunchtime, and today I am eating my lunch from Sophie's Cuisine. It's Cuban food. I got salmon, plantains, something that looks like potato. She said it's like potato, and then yellow rice. So it looks very good. It smells very good. I'm excited to eat it with you guys. They also give you not one, not two, but 4 things of this green sauce that I have no idea what it is. I don't think it's guacamole. I'll have to look that up on the web. Is it a shot to Cuba? I'm not going to do that. This isn't Fear Factor. This is Eating Lunch with Adriane, so there'll be no drinking of green sauce. So I also thought, while we're eating lunch together, and since I'm the You Oughta Know girl, that I would do some You Oughta Know Cuban food edition. Okay, I found out what the green sauce is. The green sauce is a family of cold, uncooked sauces based on herbs including Italian salsa verde and the French sauce verte. I don't know. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. It's a green sauce. So moving on. So let's do some You Oughta Know Cuban food edition. Cuban food, it's a melting pot. That's the first You ought to know. Cuban food draws on the cuisine of multiple and diverse cultures, including Spanish, French, African, Chinese, Portuguese, and Arabic. The arrival of explorer Christopher Columbus, who, if anybody watched the Adam Ruins Everything, we found out he's a total asshole, in 1492 had a major influence on the direction of Cuban cooking. Columbus claimed the country on behalf of Spain, and the newly arrived Spanish inhabitants brought their cuisine with them. The Spanish later brought slaves from Africa for manual labor. I should have read that fact first. This is a nice lunch. I don't want to start talking about slavery. All right, merging African and Spanish cooking. So that's how we got that. I just got a little thing. Vote now. Should the U.S. end the embargo against Cuba? Okay. You ought to know too. It's easy to prepare. The University of Miami describes Cuban cooking as primarily peasant cuisine. I am sorry. This is from Newsmax.com, so blame them. It's relatively uncomplicated style, doesn't require any ingredients in a specific order. I always say Pacific. Shout out to my mom if you're out there. You know that I was out. I wasn't in class that day when they taught the difference between Pacific and specific. I had a cold and it affected the rest of my life. Relatively uncomplicated style, doesn't require adding ingredients in any specific order or in a specific amount. Food by country notes that traditional Cuban recipes are sparse when it comes to seasoning and sauces. I can see that because from the looks of my food here, it looks like it's just prepared well. It's not overly loaded with the seasoning. Let's try the yellow rice. It's okay. It could be a little hotter. Sorry, Sophie's. I'm gonna try it with a little bit of the salmon. The salmon is good. The salmon is very, very good. And then I'd like to also try this thing that looks like a potato. Want some? That's good too. You want to know 3. Fidel Castro's rise to power changed Cuban cuisine. When Castro took control of the country in 1959, many who opposed or feared him left the country. This included many chefs and restaurant owners, robbing the country's cuisine of some of its most important influences. In addition, political turmoil and tense relations with other countries caused food shortages and made it difficult to obtain certain ingredients. This fundamentally altered the way in which Cubans prepared food. Very interesting. So I guess, thanks Fidel. I don't know what this thing is. It's also, potatoey. Fourth Cuban cuisine fact. Recipes are built around a few key ingredients. Bean soups play a critical role in Cuban cuisine, along with stews and casseroles. Actually, the special today at Sophie's was oxtail stew. No thanks on a stew with tails. The most commonly used meats are pork and chicken. Beef and seafood are rarely consumed. Seafood is rarely consumed. What is this? Fried food is also popular in Cuban dining, but there is a lighter side as well, with salad almost always included in typical Cuban meal. Not mine. And I am one of the correspondents on a weight loss podcast. So that's the You Ought to Know Cuban Food edition. Little edgy, little edgier than our normal You Ought to Know, because we're going rogue here. This is the Eating Lunch with Adriane segment. No holds barred. We're just getting in there, we're eating, and we're talking about politics of other countries and their food. Food is influenced by the environment, so this is really interesting that I'm not just eating food, I'm also I'm going on a little trip. I'm getting into the culture of the country. So yeah. So that's all for me today on Eating Lunch with Adriane. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly learned a lot. I hope you did too. I have a little tripod set up here this time, so I'm able to use both hands. It's held on by a coffee cup and a stack of books. We do what we can. So yeah, so have some Cuban food, have some green sauce, thank Fidel Castro, and don't call it peasant food unless you're from the Miami-Dade County. Thanks guys, bye.